Hi, my name is Janelle James, and today I will be interviewing Suzanne Peru, the Small Business Program Manager at the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, about the Small Business Relief Initiative. Thank you so much for joining us today. The first question is, what exactly is the Pure Michigan Small Business Relief?
The Pure Michigan Small Business Relief Initiative is a grant program aimed at supporting small businesses that have been disproportionately impacted by COVID-19. The program will provide up to $15,000 in grants for businesses to use for certain eligible expenses, including payroll, rent or mortgage payments, and utility expenses. The program is geared towards businesses that fall within certain industry sectors, including restaurants, travel and tourism businesses, um, live event venues, movie theaters, conference and meeting facilities, ice skating rinks, indoor water parks, bowling centers, and gym and fitness centers. So in order to be eligible for the program, you need to fall within one of those industries. There'll be an application window opening on December 15th at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and small businesses will be able to access that application at michiganbusiness.org/relief.
Now, can you talk a little bit about how the program will provide $10 million to a qualified nonprofit organization to administer the grant?
Yes, so the name of the game with this program is time. We really understand that there is a need and an urgency to get dollars into the hands of small businesses as quickly as possible. And so in order to do that, the MEDC last week had put out an application looking for interested nonprofits that wanted to serve as a grant administrator to cover multiple counties and regions of the state. We were looking for someone that knew grant management, that knew about CDBG programming, because this program is funded using community development block grants that have been provided to us from HUD, the Department of Housing and Urban Development. We were looking for an organization that had capacity, that they would be able to review and select applications in a very timely manner, especially with the holidays. And we also wanted someone that would be able to serve as a statewide administrator if possible, so be able to cover the whole state. And last week, we selected the Michigan Municipal League Foundation to serve as our grant administrator. So they have partnered with us on this program. That MEDC will be responsible for the application portion. The application will be available on our website, and once all of the applications come in, we're going to turn those over to the Michigan Municipal League Foundation to go through the review and selection process. So part of their role is really making sure that the businesses that have applied are eligible, that there's enough funding, and making sure that they meet all of the CDBG requirements as well.
Now, what were the qualifications for nonprofit organizations to become a grant administrator?
So we were looking for a couple of things. First of all, we were looking for someone that could cover multiple regions within the state, prioritizing someone that could cover the entire state. We were looking for that capacity piece, as well as previous grant management and CDBG experience.
Now, why exactly this route? Were there other alternatives to getting the grant money out opposed to using a grant administrator?
Yeah, again, going back to that time and the speed in which we want to operate and get dollars into the hands of the businesses that need it. So that is the reason why we went that we put this initiative forward using this model with a statewide grant administrator to help us with the processing of applications in order to kind of get through the process as quickly as possible, make sure we're getting dollars into the hands of businesses that really need it right now.
Now, will all the businesses be awarded the same amount of money, or will it depend based on, how big the business is, or, things of that nature?
Yeah, the business can apply for up to $15,000 to use on those eligible expenses, payroll, rent and mortgage, and utilities. So the business within the application will identify what the total amount of grant funding they are requesting.
Also, the businesses can choose how much they, need. Okay.
That is correct. Yep.
Now, is the grant competitive or is every applicant guaranteed an award if they meet all the necessary criteria?
The program has an allocation of $10 million. So the applications and the businesses will be selected on a first in basis. So that is ultimately the scoring criteria or the factors that we're using. The business needs to be first in and meet all of the eligibility requirements, which includes a component of meeting a HUD national objective. And we have a lot of information about how a business would know if they qualify for meeting that HUD national objective on our website. So really encourage people to take a look at that. If they have questions, they can call our organization. We have our call center set up to answer questions about qualification. So I can share that contact information with you at the end here.
Thank you. There are, as far as the application, there are 10 different regions, and each region is allocated a certain amount of money. How was the money decided for each region?
So we use the same model that we have used for a couple of our other COVID-19 relief programs in distributing funding across the state. Number one, we are looking at the total population of the counties within each prosperity region. And the other factor is that we're looking at the number of businesses impacted by COVID-19.
If there aren't enough applicants in one region, will the leftover money go to another region or will it be distributed through the rest of the regions? How will that process go?
So we anticipate that this program will have a lot of small businesses applying. With the funding allocation that we have, we are looking to support about 650 small businesses. I, just based on some of our other programs, do not think that we are going to have any trouble getting a good pool of applicants that would be interested in, would be eligible for, and would qualify for this program. We will not be closing the application window until we have enough volume from every region of the state to start reviewing those applications.
Now, last year, there were so many applications that the window actually closed the same day that it opened. Do you anticipate that the same thing or a similar situation will happen this year, especially since we're in a global pandemic and so many more businesses may need funding?
I do. I think that I really expect a fast turnaround of this program because there are so many businesses in need. It is entirely possible that we could reach a very high volume of applications within the first day. And since we are awarding on a first in model, assuming you're first in and you meet all eligibility requirements, we would be looking to award those businesses. I think it is very likely that the window could close pretty quickly. And so I think it's really important that we stress to businesses the importance of understanding what's in the application, understanding if they would be eligible, and really get them into the pipeline to apply very quickly on that first day.
Now, this year, the budget for the grant was $10 million. Was this always the case in previous years, or was the $10 million amount of the funding was based on the need because of the global pandemic?
So this is a new initiative created in response to the pandemic and COVID-19. So really wanting to target businesses that have been disproportionately impacted by COVID-19. This initiative was created, right now, just to provide some of that relief to the businesses that need it.
Now, is there any way that this initiative could have been distributed earlier? Because already there have been so many small businesses that had to close because they couldn't handle the impact of COVID-19.
So this is in the last 9 months, the MEDC has created 20 COVID relief and or response programs. So this is the 20th program created by the MEDC. That's almost us launching 2 programs a month in order to serve the needs of small businesses.
Now, why were home-based businesses, even though they were small businesses, why were home-based businesses excluded from this initiative?
Well, with limited funding available, we prioritize businesses that had a physical location, bricks and mortar location within communities. That was a decision that we made knowing that we only have dollars that can stretch so far.
Were there any programs that you, out of the 20 programs that you did in the last 9 months, were there any programs that were geared towards home-based businesses?
There is at least one program that I'm aware of. There could be more. I am not, it's hard for me to speak on the specifics of all 20 programs, but I know we had our Michigan, you're gonna have to give me a second, Entrepreneurial Relief Fund that did, that was available to home-based businesses. So I know there was at least one. I'm familiar with that program, but it's hard for me to speak to all 19 of our programs specifically.
Now, for people who want to apply for this grant, how are they encouraged to do so?
Well, I would definitely encourage businesses to check our website, michiganbusiness.org/relief. We will have a lot of information very specific to this program and those eligibility requirements, which are very crucial in helping a business decide whether or not they should apply. We are also providing in advance a copy of all of the application questions. So because it is first in, we want to best prepare all of our small businesses for what they can expect when that application window opens. So again, visiting our website, the application questions will be posted tomorrow. So that's something to look for and start really understanding as a business owner. And then the application will open on Tuesday, December 15th at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We only have an online application. There are no physical copies available, or email copies are not accepted. So really just preparing by understanding eligibility, looking at those questions in advance, and getting ready to apply on the 15th would be my best advice to small businesses.
And how long do you think that the application will take to complete?
That is a good question. I am going to say maybe 15 or 20 minutes. It is fairly basic. It asks questions around identifying the business, identifying the contact information, how are funds going to be used, how much money is the business requesting, and then there's a number of yes or no questions all related to eligibility. So because they are yes or no, I don't anticipate that it's going to take a lot of time. But again, everyone is different. And so understanding what the questions are in advance, I think will help the business owner plan on how long that application will take.
And how fast will the funds be distributed after, all the applications are looked at?
So there is a couple of things that are going to happen when the applications go over to the grant administrator. They're going to be reviewing for eligibility. They also need to do some additional income verification to make sure that HUD national objective is being met. If the business qualifies, they will be contacted to enter into a sub-grant agreement with the grant administrator that outlines all of the terms and conditions of the grant. And at that point, once that's executed, funds may be distributed. So in the timeline that we have, talked about with our grant administrator and what's going to be realistic, we really think the application review and the low to moderate income verification is going to be occurring between let's say late December and early to mid-January, with funds being distributed to the business in late January.
Well, those are all the questions that I have for you. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Well, I just want to make sure that businesses are aware that we do have a call center available to help them through their application process if they do have any questions. And we have a lot of resources and really good information on our website. I can give you the call center phone number. Would that be good to
Oh,
do?
yeah. You can say it right now.
Okay, that the MEDC call center is can be reached by calling 888-522-0103. And that call center is open between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. And we are ready to take questions. We're ready for a high volume of calls. We want to be here to help businesses, serve businesses so that they're ready to apply for this grant funding.
I would like to thank Suzanne Peru from the Michigan Economic Development Corporation for sitting down for this interview today. You can read the full article at HOMTV.net. Thank you for watching.